Yo, yo, RX back with another weight class overview for 2026. I think I'm finally getting a title to this shit, an intro to this shit that makes sense. This time, we are looking at the middleweights going into 2026. We back with another weight class, and this is the first one I can easily call bad. Even flyweight was better than this. Had a nice streak of 4 that were very good. And then middleweight. Yeah, what can I really say? It's middleweight. It's a weight class. Is it the worst? No. Is it the best? No. Is it there? Yeah, pretty much. It's a weight class that's just there. It's never the one at the top of your mind for the best. I can't wait for this and this. But it's never like, oh, that's fucking the worst. No. It's there. It's that you find out this is the bridge from the good weight classes to then after this the heavies and light heavies and all that shit. So yeah, this is a bad weight class. Not the worst again, but easily the worst one so far. And yeah, it's just not strong at all. Some good fighters in it, obviously, but a lot more bad fighters than good. Very few decent prospects, a lot of shitty unranked fighters. It's just middleweight. Like, it's never, as long as I can remember, middleweight's always been the middleweight class, pun intended. It's never the best, it's never the worst, it's just a weight class that's there. And you're like, oh yeah, middleweight, ooh. Like, the title fights usually suck. The fucking their fights usually are not that good. Like, it's just the most forgettable weight class, and that's what I guess. Let's see if we can bring a little bit fucking light on the weight class. Maybe we'll find some gems, but I'm gonna say unfucking likely. So, still better than the next two we're gonna talk about. I think women's flyweight and strawweight are much better, so those we'll be into those sooner than later. But for the middleweights, yeah, the last good and the last subpar male weight class before we get to the garbage that's 205 and heavyweight. So I guess let's enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy not talking for 3 hours about a weight class. I don't know how I could do that with middleweight. I don't see this being any longer than maybe 2 hours. Not even that could be a reach. So let's fucking talk about it. The forgotten weight class, the weight class you never think about, because why the fuck would you? Middleweight. Let's do it. At least it's not gonna be 8 hours like the good ones. Can't complain too much. Last thing I'll say before we get into this is, as always, of course, the normal YouTube bullshit, which is please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn subscribe by the end of 2026. And unless I'm gonna say something which I don't believe I am, middleweight, not one I'm excited about, but not a weight class I'm dreading. It's a weight class no one cares about, because usually it's kind of just shitty, but not the worst. So it's not good, it's not bad, it's the worst one so far. There's much worse after it. Let's talk about it. Middleweight, what a downgrade from lightweight and welterweight, but at least it's not going to be as long as those weight classes, so let's do it. 185. Let's do it. Beginning with the champion. Long overdue that this man the champion, and mainly because he never fights, and somehow he is the most inactive champion. I'm gonna stay that way, because I don't see anyone being as inactive as this motherfucker. We have the good when he fights, but he never fights. Champion of 185 going into 2026, the hunted Khamzat Chimaev. Yeah, what am I meant to say about Hamza? The one time he fights a year. Yeah, he's close to unbeatable. But that's the issue. He never fights. It's rare for him to fight. Like, let's be honest, we already know he's not gonna fight till late this year. It's gonna be one time. He's gonna fight in fucking September or October, win, and then fuck off to 2027. The dude never fights, and he's usually the most inactive champion. That's a lot. When Islam's right there, Ilya, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Volk is getting older, not as active. Like, but this motherfucker, that's been his whole career, he never fights. So, if he was actually active, he could have been champ 4 years ago. But instead, he sits on his ass for most of the year, gets off his ass to win one boring fight every year, and then fucks off until the next October or whatever. So, it's annoying, but whatever. At least it's a middleweight, a shit weight class, and not like an important one. And, yeah, he's pretty close to unbeatable. See if he gets beaten this year in his one fight, depending on who he even fights, because more than likely it will be the winner for Hernandez and Strickland. So 50% chance he wins that, 50% chance he loses that, depending on who wins. And yeah, whenever we see him the one time in 2026, we'll see what happens. He might become one of the longest champions of all time, because when you only fight once a year, it's kind of hard not to take that crown. So, dude is good. Rare time he actually fights, but he never fucking fights. So, what's I really meant to say? The most inactive champion. Can you even call him a champion to an extent with how little he fights? We'll see when we see him in 2026. The one time we get to see him. My guess is around September or October, so hopefully I'm wrong. I would love an active Hamzat, but let's be honest, that ain't never happen. So we'll see him one time this year, one time next year, one time in 28, one time in 29. The Hamzat way. Now to look at the top 15 of all the guys chasing Hamzat. They got a lot of time to fucking kill before they can actually fight him. And speaking of fighting him, the guy who just fought him and looked embarrassing against him, who looked as bad as JDM did against Islam, and fuck all the guys in JDM. Fucking, at least I understand, like, what the fuck happened to this guy? A guy who we all got tricked into thinking was any bit good, but instead we learned, yeah, this guy fucking sucks. We have the #1 ranked middleweight for no reason, the former champion, Dracus du Plessis. Yeah, I can't believe we got tricked into thinking this guy's good. That's our fault. Yeah, he sucks. He's just a middleweight JDM. Guy never should have been champion, was never good enough to be champion. He's not good, and yeah, Hamzat beat him just like Islam beat JDM. Just threw him on the ground, and whenever he wanted, beat him easily, and that was that. So, yeah, DDP sucks. Feed him to Brennan Allen probably would make the most sense, and yeah, fucking sucks. Next, not much to say there. The guy who will not be remembered in another year after he's fucking hopefully cut. No, nothing more to say. Next, speaking of forgettability at 185, let's talk about the most forgettable, boring fighter in the fucking division. We have the guy who's not getting a title shot because he's fucking boring. The Khan Nasruddin Imavov. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time here. This guy fucking sucks. He's not getting a title shot. He doesn't deserve it. And yeah, Hamzat would beat him so easily. It would make the Dracus fight look like it was a fucking competitive fight. This dude sucks. He's not getting a title shot. Simple. Next. Oh god. Speaking of former champions, at least this one's a little more respectable to an extent. I use that word too much with this guy of all people. We have the former champ, one of the worst fighters to ever sniff a belt, but, you know, middleweight, that happens more often than we like to admit. The controversial, even though, let's be honest, his whole gimmick's really old at this point, and just not funny. We have the #3 ranked former champ, Sean Strickland. Yeah, I remember Sean Strickland? Me neither. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a year since he got dismantled by Drakus. Speaking of some of the most boring fighters on the roster, yeah, we all know Strickland's boring as fuck, but you know, his gimmick was funny for a year or two. The Izzy fight was okay. Yeah, his whole gimmick's old. His fighting style was never not old. It was fucking stupid. And hopefully Hernandez beats the shit out of him in a few months. So, because if Strickland wins, then who fucking knows what the UFC does with him at that point. Probably any move off rematch out after the match, something along those lines. We'll fucking see. Well, not fucking might fight Hamza. Maybe on the White House card, who knows? But yeah, I'm shocked he didn't just wait for that card, but whatever. Yeah, what can I say about Strickland? Hopefully Hernandez beats him. He's as boring as possible, and his whole gimmick is really old. He made Nina drama relevant, so that's the worst thing he's ever done. Yeah, not really much else to say. Boring in the cage. His gimmick is boring out of the cage. It's not 2023 anymore. I think we can move on from Sean Strickland at this point. Next, oh my god, the first decent fighter under Hamzat, and probably the guy who has, I would say easily the guy who has the best chance to beat Hamzat. Just hopefully, he should have already been fighting Hamzat for the belt if he didn't pull out that DeRitter fight for no reason, but you know, it happens. We have the number 4 ranked, the guy with the best chance to beat Hamzat. Hopefully he beats Strickland. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. What can you say about Fluffy? The dude is so fucking good. The Lidze performance, one of the best performances of last year, submission of the year, etc. Now fighting Strickland, see if he can get a title shot with that win. If he wins, obviously he gets a title shot. Yeah, I truly believe he has the best chance to beat Hamza. Does that say a lot when no one else has a fucking chance? No. But, yeah, I think Fluffy's great. I really think he is. He would have killed DeRitter. And, no, hopefully he smashes Strickland. We can only hope, I guess. But, you know, I think it's more than possible. The dude's talented. Dude's striking is a lot better. His grappling is insane. His cardio is phenomenal. He's really good. He's really good, and yeah, let's see if he can beat Strickland and lock in a title shot. Again, I think he easily has the best chance to beat Hamza. Not saying he would for sure, but I think it's a very high possibility. If anyone was going to, it would be him, and yeah, let's see what happens. Fluffy, I'm happy they didn't fucking punish him for pulling out the DeRitter fight. Instead, actually got a better fight than DeRitter in hindsight, and see if he can lock in a title shot in 2026 and maybe dethrone Hamza. If anyone could, it would be him. Let's find out. Let's close out the top 5 with speaking DeRitter, the man that completely exposed him and now is in the top 5 after going on a bad lose streak. Now with 1-2 in a row, really bouncing back in 2025. I guess a guy who you could say is in contention for comeback fighter of the year last year. We have a guy who I've always thought is really good, just kind of an underperformer at times. Brendan Allen. It's weird to see him number 5 ranked, but I think I've always thought this could be a ceiling. This could be where he ends up, because he is good. I've always thought Allen is really good, and that's been proven. He had a bad losing streak, but he's really bounced back. Looked good against Vittori, completely exposed the Ritter. This guy's good. This guy's good. Does he beat Hernandez? No. Does he beat Imov in a rematch? Yes. Does he beat Drakus? Yes. Does he beat Strickland? Maybe. Does he beat Hamzat? No. But he's good. I've always thought Allen's good, but Allen's problem has always been he's an underachiever. He's fucking really underperformed in not title fights, but in big fights, and that's why he's had fucking starts and stops to his fucking hype train. But now he looks to be doing better. Looked good against Vittori, looked good against the Ritter. Keep it up, get one more win, probably against Drakus. Title shot. Like, what else can you really say? The dude's good. The dude's really good, no matter what you think of him. I've been a believer in Allen being a top guy for a while, and now he is, and I think it's long overdue. So let's see if he can keep this up. Get a win against Drake is more than likely, because again, he would easily win that fight, and maybe he's in a title shot before we know it. Who fucking knows at this point? Fuck, I think he probably should get it over. He probably should get the title shot next, if we're being honest. But, you know, you gotta wait for Hernandez and Strickland, see what happens there. But, hey, what can you really say? Allen's really fucking good. Finally kind of hitting his potential. And, let's see if he can get a title shot in 2026. One more win, preferably against Drakus, and, go from there. Not very much else to say. Long overdue to see Allen in the top of the rankings. See if we can keep it going. Speaking of the top of the rankings, a man who was there for a long time, but now is more than washed and fallen out of them. The number 6 ranked piece of shit known as Israel Adesanya. How time has changed. The most boring middleweight champ of all time, who never had a good fight, now falling down the rankings, being a piece of shit. That, if you know the clip I'm thinking of, you know it. Yeah, what can I say about Izzy? Like, it's good to see his fucking downfall, long overdue, because the dude just sucks. He was never that good. All his fights are boring as fucking shit, and the UFC babied him. The UFC completely babied him. Now he's 1-4 in his last 5. And let's be honest, that one win was a fluke. And even if you don't think it's a fluke, he's now 1-3 against Pereira. Yeah, he sucks. It's a long overdue fucking fall from grace, if you even want to call it grace. And yeah, good riddance. No one misses him. No one. Good riddance. Probably, I think he's going to retire in 2026 more than likely. I would not be shocked by that at all. And, yeah, again, good riddance is all I can think about when I see is he fucking falling down the rankings and losing more. He's an asshole out of the cage. He's a boring can in the cage. Good fucking riddance, you point fighting piece of shit. Good riddance. Keep taking more shots on fucking Instagram or whatever, you fucking loser. Next, speaking of people going off losses, but this guy loses in the cage at least, as he loses in and out of the cage. We have a man who got pretty badly, I don't want to say fraud check, but looked pretty bad in his last fight. He is going to bounce back in a few months, but yeah, he's definitely coming off a really bad performance. A guy who we thought was going to be in the top 5 and maybe in title talks by now, but again, pretty bad performance last time. I'll shut that down a bit. We have the number 7 ranked Caio Borralho, the leader of the nerds, and probably the 3rd best nerd, if we're being honest. Yeah, that Imavov performance was really bad. Even though that fight was just horrendous in general, his performance in it was really fucking bad. And, yeah, kind of solidified a lot. But a lot of people were already calling him a fraud to an extent, which I think was corny. But kind of, you didn't help your fucking debate in that. But I think he's gonna bounce back. He's fighting De Ridder in March. That's a completely free win. And, yeah, he'll bounce back. Do I think he's gonna beat a champion or anything? No, at this point. Fluffy would beat him. Fucking Allen would beat him. Strickland might beat him. He would still beat him. Like, he'd beat him involved in a rematch. And fucking, Drakus. But Hamza would maul him. He'd beat Izzy, but that's saying nothing. And, yeah, he'll bounce back, but I don't see him doing much more than bouncing back and probably losing again, so he's not terrible, but he's a little overranked, I guess. Probably should fall down the rankings a bit. And, yeah, fine fighter, but, the 3rd best of the fighting nerds, and, unless Gene loses to Arnie, and then Caio would be number 2. And, yeah, we'll see if he can bounce back. Well, we know he's gonna bounce back. We'll see if he can continue to bounce back after the Ritter fight. I doubt it, but we'll see. And, not very much else to say there. We'll see how the leader of the nerds bounces back. Maybe he's gonna get better and climb the rankings and get a shot or whatever. I doubt it, but you never know. He's gonna at least beat the Ritter pretty easily and go from there. Not very much else to say. And speaking of the Ritter, let's get him out the way real quick. And we have that number 8 ranked middleweight, the second in voting for Quitter of the Year. Aspinall still takes the crown, but this man really made a case for it. We have at number 8 the complete fraud and guy Can himself, Renier the Quitter. What do I really say? The dude quit like a little bitch against against Brendan Allen, and he's gonna get beat up by Kyle next. This dude sucks. And the writing was on the wall. That piss poor GM3 performance, looking terrible against Whitaker. Yeah, the writing was on the wall, and yeah, he sucks. What else is there to say? He's the quitting little bitch. Simple. Kyle's gonna beat him easily. And yeah, the Quitter is, I don't respect quitting. Him and Tom Aspinall are little bitches. I have no respect for them. They're not fighters. They're quitters. That's worse than losing a fight. There's quitting in the fight. And yeah, he sucks. Next. Ooh, speaking of washed, this might be the fucking capital of washed in this division, and maybe in the UFC, one of at least. The most washed middleweight, the number 9 ranked. How time has flown by this guy, Robert Whitaker. Wow, is he washed at this point? 2-fight losing streak, and let's be honest, are we really even gonna count Ikram as a real win? He really hasn't won a fight since in 2 years when he beat, and is Paulo even a real win? He hasn't won a fight since Vittori like 4 years ago, for being honest. Got beat up by the Ritter and fucking Drakus. Yeah, Whitaker needs to retire. Give him like 1 or 2 more fights and then fucking send him off. Let MVP beat him up pretty easily or some shit. Not really much to say there. His best days are behind him, and yeah, he's so washed it's not even funny. Yeah, well, I don't know what else to say. Another man who needs to retire in 2026, even more than Izzy does, to be honest. And yeah, hopefully he does, because yeah, he's done. He's completely fucking done. So give the Reaper one more dance, but it should have been on the Wolf card, but I guess that made it too much sense. And yeah, let him ride into the sunset, because man, this man is washed and fucking needs to. So good career, but it's time, Whitaker. It's time. But actually, he's the oldest dude in the top 15. I'm not gonna say he should retire because he's still pretty decent. And now we have the number 10 ranked, the oldest dude in the top 15, who, again, I'm not gonna say should retire because I don't know if he really should, because he's still actually pretty decent. Number 10 ranked, 41-year-old, I believe, Jared Cannonier. I get he's fucking old. He's 41, but can you really say he should retire? I would say no. He's still doing pretty damn good. He still is pretty damn good. He still is one of the best in the division. He would like just the guys we've talked about so far. He would beat Whitaker now. He might beat Izzy at this point. Fuck. The Ritter he would have beat. So like, yeah, you got schooled by MVP, but that's just what MVP does. And yeah, not much to say about Cannonier. He'll bounce back with a win. He'll probably fight a prospect or someone who's not very good, and then get back on track, because he's really good still. So 41, I'd say he probably shouldn't retire yet, because he still got it, still pretty decent. And yeah, what can I really say? Izzy and Whitaker should retire, but a guy who's older than both of them can still go. So not much to say. The perennial gatekeeper of the division, still very good. And Very simple. What can I really say about Cannoneer? Next, the number 11 ranked, the guy who for some reason wants to fight at welterweight, even though middleweight is his clear weight class. I guess brain cells are a little bit small with this one, as we have at the number 11th ranked middleweight, even though this man is crying about not getting a fight at welterweight because he's not a fucking welterweight. And then the number 11 ranked, very good signing, the rare time they actually made a good signing. A guy who was, glad we already knew this guy was great even before the UFC. One of the most entertaining fighters on the roster, or in MMA history, Michael Venom Page. What really needs to be said about MVP? He's one of the most entertaining guys on the roster. He's very good. At middleweight, he actually could be pretty decent. And, yeah, what else is there to say? He's actually currently looking for a fight for the London card, so that would be cool. And, yeah, what does it really say? Who doesn't love MVP? One of the most entertaining fighters, one of the best fighting styles of all time. Like, what can you say? So, who doesn't like MVP? Another guy who's kind of on the old side, but God, can he still go? And, yeah, undefeated in the UFC. No, I'm not counting that Ian lost because robbery and a shit fight anyway. And I'll see him continue to climb the rankings. I think Whitaker would be a fine fight, easy win for him. And what else can you really say? So, MVP speaks for himself. He's one most entertaining. Who doesn't love watching him fight? Still pretty good. Maybe one of their best signings they've had in the last few years. Pretty simple. Not much needs to be said about MVP because we know he's been great for like 10 years. Simple. Next, a guy who has never been good, but for some reason been ranked for a while now. The number 12 ranked, who just got a fight booked the other day. Again, a guy who's never been good, but is somehow in the top 15. Make that make sense. At number 12, Roman Dolidze. Speaking of UFC London, he just got booked for that card against COD. Don't know who wins that fight because they both are terrible. But yeah, Dolidze, I don't got much to say. Never been a fan of him. He fucked over JP Buys, no shocker, with that whore, Elizmas. And, yeah, what am I really meant to say? Dude's never been good. Like, what the fuck did he do to get ranked? Beat Jack Hermanson, which is meaningless. Beat Kevin Holland. Like, this dude's not good. He never has been. He's been subpar at best on his best day. And, yeah, Fluffy made him his bitch. And that's what Dolidze is, a bitch. So, yeah, will COD beat him? Maybe. We'll see. Can he beat COD? Yeah. Like, that's a complete can versus can fight. And, yeah, we'll see which guy either keeps their undeserved ranking or gets an undeserved ranking. So, not much to say. Dolidze sucks. Pretty simple. Oh boy, speaking of shitty fighters, I can easily say this is the most undeserved ranking in the division. That's a lot. A guy who is literally just ranked because he's funny. He's not talented at all. We got the bodybuilder himself, who probably should have been cut or unranked years ago because his only real skill is being funny. The number 13 ranked Paulo Costa. What am I really meant to say about Paulo? Is he good at all? No. Does he deserve to be ranked? No. Does he do anything outside just be funny on Twitter? No. He sucks. He's a fucking terrible fighter. Kopylov was a pathetic fight. Like, Cody beat Kopylov. And speaking of people who fight once a year, Jesus Christ. He already pulled out the Bruno Fieta fight like a day after it was booked. And who really cares to see this dude fight anymore? He shouldn't even be ranked, and he's not good. He's just a fucking bodybuilder. So I don't know what else. I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it. Paulo Costa's a garbage fighter, and he would get smashed by so many fighters who actually have talent. It's not even funny. So Dude, he would make a guy like fucking Brennan Allen look like Khabib. Like, he's so shitty. Yeah, he sucks. Nothing else to say. He's just a funny bodybuilder. So, nothing else to say. I like Paulo because he's funny. In the cage, dude's a joke. Let's just be fucking honest at this point. Next, oh my god, natural good fighter. I didn't think there was many in this division, but we do have one at number 14. I'm happy this guy's finally ranked. Long overdue. The number 14 ranked, very good. Obama, RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez. Who doesn't like Violent Obama? I'm very happy to see him ranked finally. Very good fighter. Only setback lately was the Cannonier fight, which he looked good in, but Cannonier's just a good veteran. Yeah, what is there to really say? He's very good. I could see him maybe sniffing the top 10, but no farther than that. And, yeah, he had a really good bounce back after the Cannonier fight. It was really solid, well-rounded, good power, very entertaining. What there to really say? So he's Violent Obama. Who doesn't like RoboCop? Happy he's ranked, and see if he can maybe climb into top 10. I don't think he can get any farther than top 10, but because guys like Kaio and Allen would beat him more than likely. But yeah, he could easily beat Dolidze and Paulo and DeRitter. So yeah, how far he can go in the top 15? Happy he's in the top 15, and again, who doesn't like Violent Obama? And then lastly, speaking of people who are assholes, and this guy ain't even good to back it up, we have, to end the top 15, Dana's Nepo baby, who he wants people to pretend is good so bad when he's so shitty. The number 15 ranked prick, that is Joe Pyfer, rounding out the top 10 with no style. Yeah, this dude sucks. We can be fucking honest about it. There's no need to sugarcoat it. He's only ranked because Dana gives him layups. Like, he got embarrassed by Jack Hermanson, then he's on a 3-fight winning streak of fat can. And he didn't even look good in this fight. Okay, and then looked fine here. He was not good. He would stand no chance against so many guys in the division. Unranked guys would wipe the floor from, let alone guys like RoboCop and fucking Fluffy and all that. Like, this dude's not good. He's really not good at all. He's a complete asshole, crybaby. Don't call me a fraud. Dude, you suck. You fucking suck, and you know it. If Dana didn't hold your hand, you would be fucking unranked and probably cut by now. And, yeah, he just hits really hard. And clearly not, because fucking not good enough that he hits pretty hard, but yeah, that's pretty much his only skill set. Dude sucks outside of that. Not very much else to say. Undeserved ranking, beyond it, but whatever. Dana has to hold his hand and do anything. Dude sucks. Next. And there you go. That's the top 15. Yeah, it's pretty bad. For a weight class that we know sucks, yeah, the top 15 is pretty bad. Fluffy and Allen are good. The MVP is cool. RoboCop's cool. I could carry. Cannonier's cool. The rest I could go without. Fraud, bodybuilder, washed, quitter, asshole. Not 2023 anymore. Can, and never fights. So, yeah, like 4 actual good fighters in the division. In the top 15, outside of that, it's just shitty cans or old dudes. And, hopefully that changes in 2026. We got a lot of unranked, more guys than I thought there were on the roster in the tier of the unranked, so let's see if many of them can join the top 15. So, take a look at them, see what happens. And, yeah, another pretty bad top 15. Kind of on a streak at this point. It's not going to get better here, so Yeah, I see Dana's point about AI fixing the rankings. It'd be much better, so not really much else to say. Top 15 done, thankfully, because God, it's terrible. We'll get to the unranked guys. Can we begin with a banger? Can we begin on a W? Making sure no one gets skipped over here. Good. Chris Curse is a welterweight, so we can go right down. God, what a hell of a start! The first guy we talked about on unranked middleweights is the guy who can't make middleweight. We have the fat fuck himself, the guy who I truly don't get why he doesn't just move up to light heavyweight. The lazy fat piece, and I can't call him a piece of shit, but the lazy fat fuck himself, Kelvin Gastelum. Angie Ruiz of MMA, the dude who can't fucking make weight to save his career. Don't know how he hasn't been cut by now with some of the bullshit he's pulled, but you know, I don't even know what, like, the Dana White privilege? Is it just privilege? I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know how Dana hasn't fucking got fed up with his dumbass by now. Every time he fights, it's always something. So he never makes weight, so what are you really meant to do? I don't know why they keep him. He's not that good anymore. His last good win was what? Bisping? Jocker? Years ago? Even fight-wise, what was his last good fight? Pfeiffer was okay. Cannonier was Whitaker was okay, I guess. Like, yeah, the Izzy fight's phenomenal, but that was fucking 9 years ago. So, like, fuck, man. We already know he's not gonna make weight. Yeah, and his fight's gonna be boring, so I just don't know why they don't cut their losses with this dude at this point. And that's only because of the weight issue. If he could make weight, then it'd be like, yeah, cool, Kelvin, keep him around, whatever, who cares? But it's like, dude, make weight, you tubby son of a bitch. It's like, what are you doing? I don't get this fucking guy, how he stayed on the roster for this long with the lack of care of making weight, but I guess Dana likes him. I don't know why, since he just seems like more of a headache than anything else, but whatever. We already know when he fights this year, he's gonna miss weight, and that's just that, so don't know why he usually puts up with it, but they do, and it's always the same story of KG. He's gonna miss weight, and that's just the facts of it, so he's a lazy fat fuck, and I don't know how he's been on a roster this long. Dana White privilege at its finest. Next. Ooh, well, you know, maybe KG doesn't look that bad. And as next, we have a guy who's not good at all, coming off a good win. Well, knockout, not a good win. But you know, we have the very terrible, another case of bringing someone back never works out. I keep telling y'all, Ismail Nurdayev. Why is this guy back on our roster? Like, I get he's 2-1 since coming back, but like, that Jungyoung Park fight was awful. Loader knockout was cool, but Ryan Loader, Bruno Silva was on like an 8-fight losing streak at this point. He lost to a guy who was a Canon Contender Series. Why the fuck is this guy back? I don't know. Yeah, not much to say here. I think Nurdayev was a complete jobber. Not the worst in the division, shockingly, but overall he's just not that good. He would lose to mainly everyone in the division outside of the few bottom of the barrel guys like Loader, and yeah, I have no idea why he got brought back. So he wasn't even on a good winning streak or anything, did anything impressive, and he hasn't looked very impressive since coming back. So, you know, they had to bring him back for some reason, so I don't know, he'll, before long, he'll probably get cut again because he's not good, and yeah, another case of me being right in the sense of bringing a can back never works. And I have another case of that. Cool, great Loader win. That was a good knockout. Side of that, the dude still sucks, and yeah, not very much else to say there. Stop bringing bad fighters back, Jesus Christ. Next, he's a welterweight. Okay, a guy who wants to fight at welterweight, but I think UFC tells him you're an idiot for you're fighting at middleweight. Next we have a guy who is very padded record and is not very good outside just being really tall, which is his only skill set. We have Sultan Ruziboyev. Remember when his brother got signed for like 5 minutes and then cut right like within a week? Good times. Yeah, Sultan. Yeah, not really much I can say here. I don't think he's that good at all, to be honest. 4-1, and it's a very padded 4-1 record alongside his 30-something other wins against nobodies. Yeah, I don't think this guy's that good at all. He's just really tall more than anything. He's fought shitty fighters. That would help. That Ferreira win kind of shows how shitty Ferreira is, and then fucking Dumas and etc. etc. He lost to Buckley, which that's enough as is. I still don't know why he wants to fight a welterweight, but you know, stupid people. And yeah, outside being really tall, I really don't see anything great with Sultan. I don't think he's that good at all. And yeah, I think he's very below average. Not as bad as Nurdayev, you know, your mid-case Nurdayev might beat him, but yeah, he's just not that good, to be honest. Outside of being 6'5" and really tall for the weight class, I don't think Ruziboyev is that good at all. And yeah, not much to say there. I think he's a very below average can crusher. Aside of that, not much else to say. He's lucky he's really tall, or he would never win a fight. Pretty simple. Next, he was a middleweight or a welterweight. Okay, this is an interesting one. A guy the UFC is praying actually works out in their favor, even though I don't see it happening. I think this dude's getting fraud checked sooner than later. Don't know why it always does that. Where the fuck is this clown? I probably passed over him. There he is. We have a guy who I think is getting fraud checked sooner than later. I talked about this a few weeks ago and I still believe it. We have the future fraud, Mansour Abdul Malik. Yeah, another fucking pet project UFC's hoping works out when it's just not going to. The writing is definitely on the wall for this guy already. He's not that good at all. He's looked subpar at best in the UFC. Ever since the Storovich fight, he lost the round here. They're self-explanatory here, and then you beat a tomato can here. I think Malik's getting fraud checks sooner than later. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's some top-tier prospect. Gutierrez levels better. And, yeah, I don't think much of Mansour at all. I mean, I just look at him as kind of a future fraud, because that's kind of just what he is, in my opinion. I don't see him doing anything in the division. I don't think he stands a chance against any of the top 20, 25 best guys in the division. And he's never gonna sniff the top 15, so like even he makes Pyfer look pretty damn decent for being just another UFC pet project. And yeah, I don't know what to say. Like I said, I talked about him not that long ago, so not very much to add. I think that's sort of the future fraud, maybe even 2026. I wouldn't be shocked. And yeah, not really much else to say. Yeah, another guy who I think everyone can tell is gonna get fraud checked and won't be shocked when he does. Only the UFC will be shocked when he does. And yeah, he's not a can, but I don't think he's as good as a 9-0 record looks. And yeah, I mean he's gonna lose that sooner than later, because I just really don't think he's that fucking good at all. So there you go. Next. Oh, speaking of frauds, we got one of the biggest ones in the division. You know, yeah, he's bounced back since. We have who? We have Robert Whittaker's last knockout. How did you get finished with Whittaker? Ick Fraud himself, Ikram Alishgarov. Ick Fraud getting it fraud checked. Great times, always remember that. Yeah, he has bounced back since, but against Muniz, who is cut now, and Park, who we'll talk about later, he's kind of a can crusher, if being honest. beat no one before the Whitaker fight, no one good after. Yeah, this dude sucks. He's very average. He's like the 33rd best middleweight. He ain't anything good at all. I don't look at him as anything special. He didn't even look that good in the Park fight. Again, you got knocked out by Robert Whitaker. You're a complete can. And, yeah, I just don't think much of him at all, so he's mid. He's nothing special at all. He can beat shitty guys. He has no chance against anyone good. Or 90-year-old Robert Whitaker. And, yeah, what else am I really meant to say? Already got fraud checked. Now trying to build himself back up, even though it's not going to work, because he's going to lose against anyone good. And, yeah, he's still a fraud, will always be a fraud, and I'm gonna just say that. Next, yeah, God, middleweight's a bad division. Next, oh god, we just saw this guy get beat in embarrassing fashion a few weeks ago. Not much to say here for what was the oldest prospect in UFC history. Now I think we all can agree this guy fucking sucks. We have the Unk himself, Cesar Almeida. Oh, the oldest prospect ever. Yeah, I think we can see this dude just sucks. Like, he beat cans, has lost to pretty bad fighters. Yeah, this dude's nothing good at all. Very below average. Like, I think he makes Ikram look really dang good. And, yeah, I don't think Caesar's that good at all. Talked about him a few weeks ago. Probably said the exact same thing. Dude kind of just sucks. Yeah, kickboxing match, I guess he's a little bit scary. Other than that, he's just not good. And, yeah, pretty simple. He'll probably retire sooner than later because he's like 100. And, yeah, there's another failed kickboxer into the UFC. You ain't Pierre. You train with him, I think, but you ain't him. And, yeah, he's just not that good, so pretty simple. Next. Another Unk of the division. Maybe, I think he's even older than Cesar. Yeah, by a little bit. Another Unk in the division, but this one's been in UFC forever instead of just showing up randomly. We have a guy who I mix him up with his next opponent a good amount because they've kind of had the same career. We have Eric, your boy, Anders. Yeah, Eric Anders is still here at 38 years old. Gonna fight Brad Tavares in a few months. And actually, I really like that fight. Because I always get those two mixed up because they've kind of had the same career of just being beyond mid. Was Anders ever ranked? No. So I think even Tavares has that, but still, Tavares and Anders, pretty much same fighter, very mid, never been the best or the worst. And yeah, pretty much what I would say about Anders now. He's pretty meh. He's not that good anymore, if he was ever that great to begin with. Gotten older, slower, less durability. What am I really meant to say? He's fine, he's a veteran. I've had a few more fights, probably like 2 to 3 more than likely. And see what happens. So I have not much to say about Eric fucking Anders. He's still here. That's shocking in its own right. You're never gonna remember an Eric Anders fight, but you're gonna remember Eric Anders, I guess. Not much to say. He's still here, apparently. Can we get away from Unks? Can we get? Oh god, no. I like the Unks more. And now we have a tomato can who. I don't know what the UFC's love with this guy is, but he fucking sucks. And he's old as fuck too. The guy, I like the Unks more because this guy is a fucking joke. We have Canadian, they literally just sent out there to get slaughtered every time. Marc-Andre Barriault, whatever. Dude, this guy's fucking garbage. I don't care. But he's won a few fights. He's 6-9 in the UFC. He beat fucking Bruno Silva in the last couple years. He's beaten no one worth a damn. He's literally just been a jobber to everybody. Like, even though he almost beat Shara and Chris Curtis, kind of shows how good those guys are not. Yeah, this dude sucks. He's literally the middleweight jobber. When you want to build someone up or get him a free win, let's call Marc-Andre Barriou. The dude's not good. He's not good at all. He would lose to 90% of the roster. Like, he is fucking terrible. And he is a perfect fucking jobber. He's gonna lose in some crazy way and make your guy look good. If the guy is actually good. If the guy he's fighting is shitty, he might accidentally win. I'll tell you that. This guy's fucking horrendous. And, yeah, he's a perfect jobber. Hopefully he finally gets cut in 2026. Long overdue. I know UFC loves him for some reason. And, yeah, maybe because he's just the perfect jobber. Because that's all he is. Pretty simple. How ass is Sharble that he went life and death with this guy. It's amazing. Yeah, middleweight's favorite jobber. Not much to say. Next. Please, get someone good. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, great, a guy who got badly fraud checked in 2025. Exactly who I wanted to talk about. Next we have a guy who got badly fraud checked in his rookie year, looking like one of the better young guys, and then got fucking embarrassed. We have a fraud of 2025, Azamat Bakoyev. Another guy who puts more time into being funny than being good. Yeah, we really thought this guy was gonna be something. Looked really good in his first two fights and then got KO'd. Yes, did he fight a goddamn light heavyweight? Yes. Did he still look pathetic and he sucks? Yes. Yeah, I don't know what to say. That dude got badly frauded. He's not good. He's funny on Twitter and all that. I thought he sucks. And, yeah, got frauded. Good job, dickhead. Next. God, can we talk about someone good already? Fuck. Even if they're not good, give me something to talk about. God fuck it, damn it. Speaking of middleweight jobbers, maybe, I might have spoke too soon. This might be middleweight's favorite jobber. Because I think Marc-Andre Barriou would even, he would even job to Marc-Andre Barriou. We have the legend himself, the man who opened up UFC 300, the one, the only, the #1 middleweight jobber of all time, Cody Brundage. How the fuck is this guy still employed? You gotta be fucking kidding me. My bad, I forgot about the real middleweight jobber. Yeah, what am I meant to say about Cody Brundage? He's one of the worst fighters in UFC history. 5'6", 1-1. Even he jobs to jobbers. Barry would beat McConaughey, for fuck's sake. He's gonna job out to Rouston. Beat Julian Marquez, whatever that's worth. He's literally beaten no one good. Lost to William Knight on Contender Series. Wow. And he hadn't even jobbed. Even Barriou's jobbed out to better guys than this guy. Knight, Maximov, Vieira, Dumas, McConaughey. Dude, fucking Barriou would beat like 3 or 4 of those fucking guys. His best win is Zach Reese. It's like, dude, this guy's a joke. He opened up UFC 300's main card. Always remember that he was the opener. He was the first walkout of UFC 300's main card. Oh, I fucking hate this promotion so bad, but, that's the UFC for you. Their real favorite jobber. Do you know he's married to Amanda Cooper, former UFC fighter? Yes, John Anik. You say it every time, dickhead. I can't forget it. Yeah, this guy's the worst. Truly the worst. He is middleweight's #1 jobber. My bad, Martin. Even Barry would agree. I can't take the king's crown. Brundage, you are the #1 middleweight jobber. Hold that with pride. and I don't know how you still fucking work here. Hopefully it's God, if anyone could get cut in this division in 2026, let it be him. And, you really gotta make me cheer for Cam fucking Rouston, ain't that some shit? Yeah, this guy is a fucking joke. He is middleweight's best jobber. He opened up UFC 300. Never forget. The legend, Cody Brundage. I hate this fucking promotion. Next, can we please talk about someone good? We've been on a downward spiral. Fuck this page, give me someone good. Oh my fucking god. It doesn't get better. It literally gets worse. Oh my fucking god. At least this next guy is actually coming off a win, and a decent one at that. I can at least say that. I'll give him that much of a fucking praise over some of these other guys. Where the fuck is he? Another guy who I've picked against in a lock of the night and lost. We have another jobber, but at least he can win a fight against someone actually halfway decent. Robert Barajek. Why the fuck did this guy ever get signed? Yeah, this dude's awful, but you know, coming off a win. And he jobbed out to Ihor Potier. How's Ihor doing in 2026? Hopefully terrible. Good. Hasn't fought. Beat Brad Tavares somehow. Brad was in the lock of the night there. And he completely disappointed. Yeah, I'm still not gonna think much of Brajek. As decent as that win was. Again, I don't know what the fuck happened to Tavares on that card, but whatever. Yeah, this dude sucks. And unless he goes on a streak and actually maybe he is decent, I'm gonna say that's ungoddamn likely. Unless that streak is Cody Brundage and Marc-Andre Barriou. I don't think Brajek's gonna do fuck or nothing. And yeah, he's gonna lose very soon. And that's about the long and short of that, so they found the most random Polish middleweight they could, and they gave him a contract, 'cause I guess they wanted a Polish middleweight. That's the only thing I can think of. There you go. Next. Please give me someone good to talk about. Fuck. Wow, and speaking of fighters who never should have been brought back, but at least he's been able to beat up tomato cans since his return. I can't believe this fucking idiot's back and actually on a winning streak. We have the fucking god, I can't wait to see him lose again and come back down to reality. Kyle Dawkins. We're talking about a Dawkins brother in 2026. I hate this fucking sport. Yeah, for some reason he's back and somehow on a 2-fight winning streak. I cannot wait to see him lose. I cannot fucking wait, because he is not good. I'm not convinced on him being good. He beat two bums who 5 years ago would have beat him, and yeah, I'm not sold on this guy being good or back. He's gonna lose again eventually and be the same Cam that he was before. Can't wait to see it. I'm not talking about a Dawkins brother in depth in 2026. How is this idiot back? God, he's lucky he's got the most easy matchups possible. This dude's a joke. Still is, always will be. And he's still better than his brother, Jesus Christ. But, yeah, this guy's a joke. Next. I don't even care that, oh, he's got a few wins. It's Kyle fucking Dawkins. Get real. Next. I hate this division. Let's talk about the third Diaz brother. Oh boy, I forgot he was even here. He somehow's coming off a win. The third Diaz brother. Can we ever talk about anyone good? Ozzy Diaz. Why did I think this was a good idea? Somehow he's coming off a win against Jordan Santos. He lost to Zhang Mingyang. He ran away from a Diva Gutierrez, you know, that's probably the smartest thing he could have done. Yeah, this dude's a can. It's one of the worst. Yeah, he's fucking terrible. Is anyone in this division under 35? Jesus Christ. Yeah, this guy's awful. Like, cool, you're coming off a win against Jordan Santos. And again, you lost to Zhang Mingyang. Yeah, come on. This dude sucks. He's gonna be... they're just gonna use him like everyone else in this division, apparently, who's just a jobber. And, yeah, they're gonna feed him to young guys and hopefully get him cut before we know it. How is he here? I fucking hate this division. Ozzy Diaz. Whoa. Next. Please, someone good. Oh god, the worst of them all. I'm not gonna waste time here. Everyone's favorite piece of shit human. No, not John Jones. At least he has some MMA talent. This guy is the same piece of shit as John Jones, but with none of the talent. Cedricus, Dumas. Yeah, get this guy off my fucking screen. He's a piece of shit human being who should be in a jail cell, and he's a terrible fighter. Hopefully he gets cut sooner than later. You piece of fucking shit. Yeah, you're John Jones without any of the talent. Good job. Well, no matter how bad the next guy is, it's gonna be an upgrade from Dumas, I think. Well, not wrong, but still not really a good, still a bad fighter. We have the beyond overrated and just not good. Another guy the UFC's pushing for no reason when he's not good. CLD, Christian, Duncan. What do people say in this guy? Like, he's not good. He lost to Armand Petrosian. Not Sarukian, Petrosian. Lost to Robocop, that's fine. And then who the fuck has he beat? Tulio? Ass. Puliaev? Okay, Anders. Eh. He might beat Dolidze, but what the fuck are they gonna do after that? He doesn't stand a goddamn chance against anyone actually good. He's not good. I don't know what you feel. I'm not gonna fucking pretend this guy's good, because only guy he beat, Marco Tulio and Eric Anders. It's like, no, he fucking sucks. He's fucking terrible. I don't know what you want me to say. This dude's a fraud. Again, Diego Gutierrez would rip him in half. Like, this dude's fucking terrible. He's not a real prospect. He's been project twice. And what the fuck is there to really say? So, I don't know. This guy sucks. I can't stand him. He's so, like, overpushed when he's not good. And that's about that, so... yeah, I don't like this guy. He sucks. Overrated. And I'm not gonna pretend he's good because he's subpar versus Can. And again, he lost to Armin Petrosian. This dude's a fraud. Even if he beats the Lidze and gets ranked, he doesn't deserve it and he's not good. And, yeah, he get exposed for the third time very soon. Like he always does. Because he sucks. Next. Okay, this is a better name. I think COD might be better than this guy. But, you know, we're getting a little better, even if I don't think this guy's that good at all either. And next we have a guy who probably should be in the top 15 since he beat a top 15 guy. But, you know, logic there, I guess, is slim. We have Bruno Ferreira. Yeah. I don't think that's another guy. At least I don't think people hype him up too much. I don't think Ferreira's good at all. He's subpar at best. Yeah, he beat Vittori, and again, he necessarily should be ranked after that, but, you know, because Vittori was ranked, but, you know, whatever. I don't think he's that good. At least he could beat Armand Petrosian. But he lost to Sultan Ruziboyev, so take that as you will. Have a fluke over Robocop. I don't think this guy's that good at all. I think he would lose to a lot of guys. I know I'm just shitting at everyone, but this weight class sucks. And I don't think Ferreira's the worst, but I don't think he's that good either. I truly don't. I don't look at Ferreira as anything special. I think he's mid at best. Like, I don't know what else I really meant to say. about a guy whose best win is a 90-year-old Vittori and a fluke over RoboCop, and who lost in the Sultan Ruziboyev, and a Bruce Mago Madoff. Yeah, I don't think this guy's that good at all. And, yeah, we'll see who he fights after the Paulo pullout. Don't know who, don't really care who. Yeah, cool. Next. I don't fucking know anymore. This weight class is fucking making me dumber. Oh god, it gets worse. How does it get worse? And next we have the farthest thing from a fighter that you can find in the division. The joke himself, the man who has never learned how to actually fight. A guy who I've said never should have been signed, but I'm gonna sign him, gotta keep bringing him back. Torres Finney. What the fuck am I meant to say? This dude is a joke. He's not a fighter. He's just Marab without any of the talent of Marab. He's so scared to actually fight, but y'all want him to keep coming back and getting signed on Contender Series. Grr. When I told y'all he didn't deserve it, he's not good. But no, you gotta keep getting back. No, I was right the whole time. And now y'all got what you wanted. He's here. You can only blame your fucking selves for this tomato can who does not know how to fight being on the roster. Y'all happy? I'm gonna be happy when this idiot loses. It's not gonna be his next fight. He should beat Malkoun pretty easily. But yeah, he's fucking terrible, so hope y'all are happy. He's here. What do you want? I told y'all he sucked. I never want him signed. Y'all don't fucking listen. Got another can on the roster for no fucking reason. Next. Oh, thank God, a good fighter. Thank God. Hallelujah, the best unranked fighter in the division, it would seem. The best fighter we've talked about, like 20 fighters. Probably in contention for Rookie of the Year last year. Gonna be a top 15 guy by the end of the year. Maybe the scariest guy in the division. Tiny Ngannou, Adiba, Gutiérrez. Yeah, finally a good fighter. One of the most hyped up guys in the UFC, period. 3-0 in 2025. Looked phenomenal. Rookie of the Year contention. Gonna get a 4th win against Puyaev. Gonna look good there. I still say he should have fought Vettori for Vettori's ranking, but whatever. Guess they don't want to push him too quick, even though, like, why take your time with this guy? Middleweight needs anything, so why not get this guy into a big fight? But whatever. I don't mind watching them can crush, and eventually he'll be crushing better fighters, so dude's really good. Again, he's baby Ngannou. He's not 23, he's at least like 45, but whatever. And yeah, hyped to see him fight in a few weeks. Definitely the top middleweight in the unranks to keep an eye on. And yeah, what there else to really say? Yeah, I'm gonna get one more can crushing. You know, Puyaev's not a can, but he's not a really great fighter. And hopefully after that, Gutierrez finally can fight someone pretty decent, beat them, and climb from there. Won't be shocked if he's ranked by the end of the year. And, or fuck, he might get a fight on main event for all we know. And, let's see how far this kid can go. He's really fucking good. The best fighter outside the top 15 in the division. And, see if he's ranked by the end of the year. I think he's gonna stack up at least 2 or 3 more wins. More than likely, he'll be in the top 15, so excited to see it. We need him to fucking save this division and be entertaining. And, yeah, baby Ngannou. See how far he can go. Probably better than Francis, to be honest, but we don't have those conversations. Let's see how far baby Ngannou can go. Pretty simple. The only probably good unranked fighter, to be honest, so there you go. Pretty simple. and then right back to garbage for a while. Oh joy. Did I read that right? Oh yeah. Well, let's talk about this tomato can who has not been cut yet for whatever fucking reason. The terrible, inexperienced, unproven, never been signed, tough finale loser who somehow hasn't been cut yet, Trayshawn Gore. How is he still here? Dude, he should have been cut after the fucking Brundage loss. He's had 4 fights since. He's looked meh. He beat up 2 cans, lost to Tulia, which is not aging good. That fight was good though. And then he had lost a striking match to Rodolfo Vieira. And he missed weight, so triple whammy. This guy's a fucking joke. If they give him one more fight, you gotta cut him after. And if you just cut him straight up at this point, no one would be upset. How the fuck does he still work here? Like, he is so bad. He is so fucking terrible. And again, if he is somehow still on this roster at the end of 2026, I really think you should burn a middleweight at that point. This guy's a joke. This most of this division's a joke, but whatever. And cut him already. Jesus fucking Christ. Next. Welterweight somehow. This guy's still here. Yeah, we can talk about him. An interesting case in this one, a guy who just doesn't fight. Next we got a guy most people would probably never seen before because he fought one time and fucked off. Alishka Kizarev, 14-0, 35 years old, has had 2 UFC fights since getting signed in 2020. He beat Dennis Toulouse in 2022, and had a no contest in 11 seconds in 2024. That's it. Haven't seen him since. 5 fights canned, not a fight booked since. What the fuck happened to this guy? Like, what the fuck? Like, he just fell off the face of the earth. Now he's 35. He got signed when he was 30. He has had 2 fights since. What the fuck? Is he gonna fight again? Are they gonna finally cut him? Like, what the fuck are we doing? It's almost 2 years since this dude last one. It's been 4 years since he last won a fight. So, actually, it's been longer than that. It's been, it's been 4 years. Yeah. Are we gonna, if he ain't cut by then the year of probably not fighting again, then I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Like, are we gonna keep this dude forever? Just cut him already. Like, if he's not gonna fight, which at this point he's just not gonna fight, fucking cut him. Next. What am I meant to say about a guy who hasn't fought in 2 years and is not 1-4? So, I don't even know how that guy is still signed. Fuck. Next. One of the guys I was really high on coming out of Contender Series, just for him to be not good at all, actually. Well, yeah, even though he's actually won the first round of both of his first 2 fights, but yeah, he's gonna be cut very soon. We got a guy I was high on, but yeah, he's been proven to not be that good. Nick Klein. Yeah, I thought this guy was decent. Looked great on Contender Series just to go 0-2 in the UFC. And again, he actually won both first rounds of those fights. But yeah, he's very much a one round fighter. And yeah, he's not that good. So I'll be shocked if he doesn't get cut in 2026. Great Contender Series moment, great win, but yeah, like, he did take a round off Malik, did take a round off Pulev before he got beat in both of them. He clearly has a little bit of talent, especially when he's fresh in round 1, but outside of that, yeah, he's more than likely getting cut in 2026, so yeah, I'll take the L here. I was high on him, just for him to be cut less than 2 years after the Contender Series season, and yeah, not really much else to say. I'll take the L. I was wrong. This guy is not good, and he was really good in round 1. Man, he'd be 2-0 if fights were 1 round, but not how it works. yeah, he'll be cut by year's end more than likely, and yeah, that's very wrong. I'm not the greatest talent scouter most of the time, so there you go. I'll take the L. Good job, Nick, you prick. Next. Ooh, okay, a guy everyone thought was pretty good for a while, but has kind of been exposed to just being not that good, for being honest. A guy who's more than been fraud checked at this point after a nice little run. Roman Kopylov. Yeah, I remember the Kopylov hype. He was on Cloud 9 for a while. Really good winning streak here. Lost to Fluffy, but it's like, okay, get back on a winning streak, and then Apollo beats him easily. Robocop beats him easily. Yeah, Kopylov ain't that good. He's like a top 30 guy in the division, but like he's 29th or some shit. He's far from very good. He's not ranked material. Don't know how he was ranked for so long. And I doubt he's gonna get cut because he can beat a lot of guys. He'll probably win his next fight because he'll be against a gigantic step down. But more than likely, he's just gonna kind of win one or two and then lose to a better guy, etc., etc. Same cycle we've seen with a lot of guys. He's just not that good. He truly is not that good. The grappling sucks. His striking is good, but if he's fighting a better striker, he's gonna get nullified and beat pretty easily. Yeah, he's just not that good. He's mid, I guess would be the best way for it. I can't call him mechanics right of who is in this division, but yeah, he beat, well, how shit the division. He has beat a lot of guys in the division, but yeah, overall he's just not that good, and he'll probably get back on track, but then lose again to someone better, and yeah, pretty simple. Not much else to say there. He had a nice little hype train. That ended badly a few times, and yeah, I kind of know what he's gonna do now. Beat some bad fighters, lose to better ones. He's just not that good. Not much else to say. Another page down. Can we please get some decent names? Nope. They get worse. Oh my god, this page is bad. It actually gets worse. I did not think that was fucking possible. And then this page is not. Let's do it! This might be the quickest one, because jeez, these are bad fighters. And next we have one former Ultimate Fighter winner. God, have that show fallen from grace. A guy who I said was terrible, and I was proven right, because he is terrible. Former Ultimate Fighter winner, Ryan Loader. I can't fucking believe this idiot won Ultimate Fighter. All he has is a Chris Weidman with even less talent than Chris Weidman. That says a lot, because Chris Weidman was garbage. Bakoyev starched him. Nerdayev starched him even quicker. You beat Valentine. Ooh. Yeah, Loader's garbage. I don't know what to say. He has no idea how to throw a punch. He just knows how to grapple. Again, he's just Chris Weidman, a watered-down Chris Weidman. Yeah, and one of the worst Ultimate Fighter winners of all time, and that says a lot. And, fucking Juliana Miller and Mose won one tough, and they're better than him. That says a lot. Another guy more than likely getting cut in 2026, because he's gonna lose again and get shipped out. He fucking sucks, and, what else does there really say? I fucking saw that he sucked on tough, and then just been proven more and more over time. Not shocked. He sucks. Next. God, tough is bad. It's so bad. Oh god, speaking of bad fighters, we got another fraud here. I'm not gonna waste much time here, because, again, if you have another fraud, well, I don't think anyone's shocked by that outcome. We have the very bad, had one good moment, and I got fraud checked immediately. A fake Magomedov, a boost Magomedov, the German Nurmagomedov, or Magomedov, whatever. Yeah, he had the Dustin Stoltzfus fight, and then did nothing since. Lost, can, mid, can, lost. Good job. Yeah, this dude sucks. Ever since a Strickland fight, he's done fuck all worth a damn. He's not good at all. Yeah, what else am I meant to say? The dude's not good. He beat no one that good. How shit is Bruno Ferreira? Jesus. Yeah. So simple. He's not good. Next, a fraud, Magomedov. God, this weight class sucks. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus fuck. Speaking of frauds, let's get to one of the biggest ones in the whole fucking promotion. I'm not gonna waste time here because this dude's a joke. We have Mr. One Eye himself. I don't know how much of a bitch is Aspinall if you think about it. Shara Bullet Magomedov. Man, I loved watching this guy get fraud checked by fucking MVP. It was so good. Yeah, this guy sucks. He's a complete can crusher, and he actually looks terrible against said cans. Antonio Trucoli did pretty decent against him. And Marc-Andre Barry, you almost finished him. Enough said. He's a can in every sense of the word. Next. Can we please just get like a few good fighters, or this video's gonna be over in the next 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. Nope. Okay, cool. I'll go fuck myself then. Okay, let's get another can out the way who's only here because he's friends with Robert Whittaker. Jacob Malkoon. A man who's only on the roster because he's friends with Whittaker. He's fucking terrible. He's just a basic wrestler. He's just an Australian Andre Petrosky. He beat Andre Petrosky. Haven't fought since that fight back in March. Gonna fight Finney in a few weeks. Probably gonna lose that fight because he sucks. Next. What am I meant to fucking say? Jesus Christ. He's only here because he's friends with fucking Whittaker. That's it. He's garbage. Next. You know, and this one's not that bad compared to some other ones. I'll take this guy over fucking Malkoon and whoever the fuck else. We have a guy who actually has a win in the UFC somehow. Thanks, Brundage. The very bad, but you know, he's not offensively bad like some others. Eric McConico. You know, compared to everyone else compared to every other can here, McConico's not offensively bad. He's bad. He's a complete can. But he's not offensively bad. He's another third. Is everyone in this division old? Fuck. Yeah, is he good? No. He beat Brundage. No sense. He beat Maki Patolo. Lost to Ruziboyev and Susurkayev, two bad fighters. Yeah, he's not good, but, you know, compared to the other ones, I can't even really get that annoyed about him. He's just another guy. He's not offensively terrible like some others. He's just a guy. And I can't really pay him too much. So, yeah, he's terrible. And he's probably gonna lose and get cut sooner than later, but, you know, compared to some other guys, I can't really hate on him that much, so, cool. Thumbs up to you, brother. Good job. Next. I don't know what else to say. Oh my god. Well, you know, McConico would actually beat this guy, and I can say that with full confidence. And next we have a guy who started the year 6-0, got signed, and now is 6-2. Another tomato can, but this guy's really tall. And that's not helpful. Jackson McVeigh. Yeah, started the year 6-0, ending it with 2 losses, and gonna be cut sooner than later. Bruno Fieta beat him pretty easily in his debut. Zach Reese beat him and submitted him somehow. Yeah, he is terrible. Don't know what else to say. Yeah, he is terrible. He's really tall. He is Nasultan with even less talent of Nasultan. And, yeah, he's gonna be cut sometime in 2026 pretty easily, because he sucks. Next. I don't know what else to say. This guy actually had a tiny bit of hype coming in, but yeah, he sucks. Not much else to say. He'll be cut sooner than later. God, I'm just thinking, how the fuck am I gonna do the thumbnail for this one? Where I put like the good unranked guys around the champ? I'm just gonna do fucking 7 Adiba Gutierrez. Because I don't know who else to put. Everyone else sucks. Next. Oh, I'm not, no, not doing it. Jose Medina, the worst fighter in UFC history. I'm not even clicking on him. No, fuck that. Him being here is disrespectful to the sport, to the fans, everything. He's terrible. No, I'm not doing it. Next. Okay, back to some normality with this next one. A legend, the GOAT. Even though, yeah, this GOAT needs to fucking retire already. An OG of the weight class who hopefully is not fighting again because, God, just does he look bad at this point. The GOAT himself, GM3, Gerald Meerschaert. Yeah, sorry GM3, but it's time. 38 years old, 4-fight skid. Yeah, it's time to retire. Maybe give him one more fight if you want to be really nice to him and give him a retirement fight in fucking, well, I don't think you're going to Wisconsin or Milwaukee, or I don't think you're going to Milwaukee anytime soon, so, yeah, I don't need to see him fight again. He's, just done. 4 in a row has looked terrible in all of them. Actually, he did his best work against the Ritter. That should tell you all you need to know. And, yeah, retire. Pretty simple. It sucks to, cause like GM3 is cool. It's hard not to like GM3, but yeah, he just needs to retire. Again, if you want to be super nice to give him one more fight, sure, but I don't think it's a good idea. Retire or cut him, either way. I can't even, what else did I really say, so there you go. Sucks to say, but time is time, and it's more than time for GM3 to retire. And again, unless he wants one more dance, let the man retire or cut him already. Pretty simple. Next. Ooh, okay, this is a intriguing one. A guy who, if we did this at certain points in the year, would have been shit on big time, but you know, coming off that comeback fight, might be a little nicer to Bo. And we have the guy who everyone celebrated him losing, but you know, he's able to bounce back pretty nicely and then ended his year on a high. We have Bo Nickel. Okay. So yeah, he took that fraud. He got frauded a bit, and yeah, it was looking bad. It was looking really bad. But you know, I'll give Bo his props when they're due. He bounced back, looked really dang good against Rieta, yes. Against Rieta, who's not good, but take it as you will. And you know, I'll give him a break. He looked improved. He looked like that Ritter fight did make him better. And if it did, which it seems like it did, then, you know, maybe that loss was for the best. He looked really good against Rieta. Striking looked improved. That head kick was nice. Do I still think he's probably not going to do a whole lot in the UFC? Yeah, I think he's probably, his ceiling's like a top 25 guy in the division. But, you know, he's really going to improve. He looks better from that Ritter fight. I know, again, against a bad fighter, but still, improvements for him are improvements because he was looking terrible against guys worse than Rieta before the Ritter loss, so let's see how he fucking improves, if he's really improved or was he just fighting a bad fighter. Let's find out. So I'm really intrigued to see Bo fight again, and I think it could really be interesting to see if he's actually improved or did he just fight a terrible fighter. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see him in 2026. He looked improved. Take a grain of salt who he beat. Let's see what happens with Bo. And yeah, I don't know. I'm very intrigued to see was it a comeback or was it just a bad opponent? Let's wait and see. And either way, if you think he's still a fraud, he's still way better than Shara, or a lot of guys who I've called fraud so far. So he's still better than Shara. At the end of the day, there you go. Next. Okay, I guess I don't know why the brothers are not right next to each other, but I'll stick in order. Well, let's get the veteran brother of the two first. I don't know, we'll talk about the other one later, I guess. And the veteran brother of the family, Michael Oleszejczuk. Actually, they already had Polish middleweight. What the fuck did they find Brajczuk? Whatever. Michael Oleszejczuk, Definitely having a career renaissance since Short Bullet lost for actually looked pretty good. Beat Dumas, beat GM3, gonna beat Barry. Yeah, he's beating bad fighters, but looking better with the Fighting Nerds now. He's looking better. He's looking better. Still got my doubts about him because we haven't seen him beat anyone good, ever. But, improvement, I guess. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see. Like, obviously, he didn't beat Barry easily, but maybe after that he gets a legit fight, and we can see how good he actually is with the nerds, if he's actually been improved at all. So, I'm intrigued to see how far OSJ can go with the nerds. He looks better, at least from the little we've seen against bad fighters. So, after he beats Barry easily, let's see if he can keep the train moving, actually be a prospect in the division. I think it's an interesting proposition, and see if it comes through fruition. So, not really much else to say there. Hasn't beat anyone good yet, so I can't really say he's 100%. Oh man, he's super improved prospect, but I can't call him terrible either, because again, he has improved a bit, even if it is against cans. When he does have to finally fight someone decent, see if he's actually better or if he still suck. Let's find out. I guess we'll talk about his brother later, because his brother's not next, so there you go. Next, we brought him up earlier, and I've talked about him. Didn't he just fight like back in October? So I won't say too much here because I've already talked about him. Been pretty good length after his Scarrow fight. But so I'll talk about him a little bit. A guy who's impossible to hate, but we do gotta start being honest about a bit. Jun Young Park. Who doesn't like the Iron Turtle? Likeable guy. But as a fighter, I think again, I've brought this conversation up before. Kinda gotta have it again. Is he just a can crusher? Because if you really look at his wins, who the fuck has he beat? Eric Anders, Brad Tavares, and that's it. He's lost to every decent opponent he's fought, and Andre Muniz, and he's kind of a can crusher, to be honest. And that's weird to say, but again, I didn't think about that until we were looking over the record, but it's like, yeah, this guy's kind of just a can crusher, so it sucks to take. Again, I like Jun Young Park, but if we're being honest, it kind of seems like he's a can crusher, so I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe he's really good, but he didn't look good against Ikram. Another loss with another loss against a halfway decent opponent, and he's getting older. Don't think he's gonna do much in the division at this point outside. Still able to beat some not great fighters, but I don't see him beating even guys like Bo. I think would beat him pretty easily, so we'll see. I don't know. Again, kind of just a can crusher, it would seem, and yeah, I hate to say it. Hopefully it's wrong. Hopefully I get proven wrong, but I don't know. I just don't see it. So I've not seen him beat anyone good. And at this point, every time he's fought someone halfway decent, he's lost. So there you go. Well, I would love to see a Jun Young Park run begin, but I doubt it. So there you go. Next, oh god, maybe another guy who's the definition of washed in this division. A man at one point who looked like the next big thing a few times, and now he's on the verge of getting cut, and probably should have already been the worst Pereira in the UFC, the worst male Pereira in the UFC, Michel Pereira. Yeah, what the fuck happened to this guy? Like, okay, the other Hernandez lost, cool. Then a boost beat him with 45 we were having to try. Okay. Cal Dawkins finished him in seconds. Yeah, Pereira's done. He's gotten older. He's only 32. I thought everyone in this division's goddamn 35, so I think Michelle's a dude we've seen has talent, but he just is not translating well lately. Hasn't won since 2024, and let's be honest, it's Igor Poteria a real win, so even longer than that. And again, he's just looked terrible. So I'm picking Reese to beat him, and at that point you have no choice but to cut him. Like, I guess his better days are behind him, which is crazy, because again, he seemed to be pretty decent at times. Like, he was a welterweight for too long. He was looking good at middleweight, but it just seems like something has happened mentally, physically, I don't fucking know. And the road is definitely over for him. One more loss, and I think he's definitely out the door. If he loses to Reese, there's no way you don't cut him. And again, I think you should have cut him after the Dawkins fight, for fuck's sake. But, you know, like fucking a year and a half ago, he was in a main event and the favorite against Hernandez. And now he's on the doorstep of getting cut, so crazy how quick time flies. And yeah, I don't think Michelle Pereira's gonna be on the roster by the end of 2026, so. And unless he beats Reese and saves his job, which I say is very unlikely, I think Pereira's getting cut. He's gonna be gone, and it's gonna be a really weird fighter to look back on in the future, so. Let's see, this dude never makes any sense, so why would he start now? See what happens. Next, I can already read the name pretty clearly who it is, and it's another terrible fighter. Yay. Let's get through this tomato. Let's get through American Jacob Malkoun. The very terrible, one-dimensional can who never should have been signed off tough. Andre Petrovsky. This guy sucks. I don't know what you want me to add on top of that. This dude's garbage. Pretty simple. He's beat nobody good, and actually did have a lot of hype after a while, and then got crushed. Knocked himself out against Malkoun. Beat a few cans unimpressively. Lost again to mid-fighters. Yeah, this guy's terrible. I don't know what else you want me to say. He's a one-dimensional wrestler. Can't strike for shit. Has no chin. Dumb as a bag of fucking doorknobs. And, yeah, he's just an American Malkoun. And Malkoun beat him, so what does that tell you? This dude's a joke. Not much else to say. Next. Yeah, this guy I just feel bad for in his next fight because they're trying to get him fucking murdered. I think they have fucking succeeded. As next we have another guy that's pretty hyped on coming out of the Contender Series. But, yeah, not looked amazing so far and is about to die against Adiba Gutierrez. We have Andre Pulyaev. Yeah, I feel bad for this guy that he's getting fed to Gutierrez. He's not awful. He looked good on Contender Series, and again, I thought he was going to be something interesting. Fights COD and looks terrible. Fights Klein and doesn't look great. Again, he dropped around to him. And now he's going in there against Gutierrez, who's going to rip him limb from limb in about 10 seconds. Yeah, I feel bad for Pulyaev, but, you know, UFC sees nothing in him after his first two fights. I don't blame him. Yeah, just wait, at least we know when his funeral is, so, yeah, good luck, buddy. Don't get hurt too bad. I don't fucking know. Yeah, another guy I was badly wrong on coming off Contender Series. I'm so good at predicting those things, and, there you go. Not much else to say. Good luck. Yeah, and just don't die against Gutierrez, and, not very much else to say there. Yeah, another guy I was badly wrong on. Shocker. Next, let's speak of the devil. We got the guy who's not even that good, but you know, 1-2 in a row somehow. We got Zach Reese, I-Dubs himself. We just talked about him fighting Pereira. Has this guy gotten better over his UFC run? Maybe a little bit. Don't think he's that good. 1-2 in a row. This guy also whatever. He was gonna win that fight. Luis Bakoyev and Brundiger is terrible looks, and just it still shows he's not that good. But you know, he's okay. Beat McVeigh in a decent performance. Todorovic should beat Pereira, which would be his best win by a landslide. He's not that good. He hits really hard, but it does seem like he's trying to get a little bit better. Again, the McVeigh fight, he looked okay. And, yeah, we'll see how much he improves. Again, I do think he's gotten better. Again, I don't think you can get much worse from losing to Bakoyev and Brundage, so yeah. Again, should beat Pereira. Don't think he's that good of a fighter at all. Very below average, I would say. And kind of just a dumber down Joe Pyfer, I think would be the best way I could describe Reese. Actually, yeah, I think that's a perfect way to describe him. He's just a dumber down Joe Pyfer, so not that good, not that skilled. Hits pretty hard. Should be Michel Pereira. But yeah, outside of guys like that, he really have no chance against anyone that decent. And yeah, pretty simple. Already too much else to say there. He looks like iDubbbz. Next. Ooh, speaking of frauds, the guy the UFC has tried to make a thing for like 10 years now, and it's just never gonna work because he's not good. The other ginger that they love in this division, Edmund Shabazian. The man they've tried to make a thing in this division for over 10 years, and it just never worked. Edmund's not good. We can just call a spade a spade. He's a can crusher. The only guys he could beat. His best win is Brad Tavares. Has lost to everyone decent he's fought in fucking GM3. Yeah, he's so one-dimensional. No cardio, no grappling. Fine striker. Again, he's never going to be anything in this division. He's had more than enough chances and failed every time. Second he fights a grappler or someone pretty decent, he'll lose. And, yeah, again, they were trying to make him a thing for 10 years and it just doesn't work because he's not that good. He can beat cans pretty easily, but outside of that, he's just average. Outside of, like, he's never gonna be a top 15 guy again. He's never gonna beat fucking decent opponents. Like, even Alshkarov and fucking Park would probably beat him pretty soundly. And, yeah, he's just not that good. Again, you think keeps trying to make Edmund a thing, it's not gonna work. And he'll always win a fight or two against a bad fighter, get booked against someone a little bit better, and be a big favorite and then lose. It happens every fucking time. And, who can be shocked by it anymore, so pretty simple. UFC can keep trying to make Edmund a thing. Doesn't fucking work, because he's not that good. But, you know, at least he can KO a can from time to time. Outside of that, he ain't doing much else, so there you go. Next. Ooh, we had a really bad row of fighters. Well, we had a somewhat decent row for a minute, now we're right back to garbage. Even though this guy's a little bit better than his record looks, but he's still not good. He's on the better side of the can list in this division. We got Dustin Stoltzfus. He's fine. 3-7's pretty bad, but you know, he's put up decent fights against okay competition. Did pretty good against Sultan. Had a moment or two against Bruno. But yeah, he's not good. Another loss and he's getting cut, obviously. Yeah, is he on the higher end scale of the cans in the division? I would say yes, but that may mean he's good. Fuck no. Yeah, he's not that good. Probably should have been cut a long time ago, but you know, sometimes he accidentally wins a fight, so he knocked out Berrywood in a cool moment. Beat Soriano somehow. Yeah, he's not that good, but on the can scale in this division, he's on the higher end, much better than guys like Dumas and Gore, etc. But even guys like fucking Edmund would beat him with ease, so not really much else to say there. Not a great fighter, probably gonna be cut sooner than later. But he's a higher end can, so there you go. Pretty simple. Next. Oh god, from a higher end can to a low end can. I'm not gonna even waste time here because I don't know how this guy still has a job. One of the worst on the roster. Dusko Todorovic or Patrick Starr, whichever one you want to go with. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time here. No idea why this guy's still here. Why did they give him a layup to keep him around? I don't know. Dante Johnson's gonna beat him easily. Dusko's garbage. Next. I don't know what to say. I want to see this guy get cut already. Hopefully sooner than later. He's garbage. Next. Oh god. Well, this is a hell of a name. Not gonna say much here, because I guarantee you he's not fighting in the UFC again. We have Mr. Dern himself, the only reason he's here, Antonio Trocoli. You know, it's actually impressive that he makes Austin Vanderford look like a good fighter. Yeah, this guy's one of the worst fighters I've ever seen in my life. He's only here because he's with Mackenzie, which, hell, I guess that's a win in its own right. Good for him. He has none of the talent that she does, and not saying a lot because she doesn't have a lot of talent. And, yeah, he's fucking garbage. Next. If he ever fights in UFC again, I don't know what to even say at that point, so fucking garbage. And even though this should be flipped, he's still better than Latina. So, next. Ooh, a fraud. Ooh, I feel like we haven't talked about one of those in a hot minute. So let's talk about one, a guy who got fraud checked by COD. And speaking of people who are with female fighters, Mr. Dumont. We have Marco Tullio. You got bitched out by Christian Leroy Duncan. You suck. Yeah, he's Norma Dumont's boyfriend. About it. Shitty fighter. Got fraud checked by Christian Leroy Duncan. Come on, man. You got bitched out by COD in front of Norma. Do better. Yeah, he sucks. Yeah, not he's the worst. I think he'll be able to bounce back into shittier fighters, but obviously he can't beat decent ones. He's pretty terrible if COD beats you with ease. And, yeah, pretty simple. Next. You got fraud checked and bitched out by COD in front of Norma. In front of Dumont. You suck. Next. Talked about Terman yesterday. How's he still here? Oh my god, speaking of people who are still here. Yuri from Wish. I mean, Robert Valentin. I mean, Yuri from Wish. Yeah, next. Robert Valentin. How is this guy still here? He's literally lost 3 fights in a row. One of them being a tough finale to Ryan Loader. Yeah, I guess they're giving him another shot eventually in 2026 for him to lose and get cut. Oh boy. You lost to Torres Finney and Ryan Loader. That's truly that's pretty impressive. Man, Gutierrez beat you with his fucking eyes closed. Yeah, Valentin gonna get cut next in this year when he loses again. For example, he's just a Yuri from Wish. Well, I even think that's an insult to that term. He wants to be Yuri so bad, but he has none of the talent. One more L and he's getting cut. Next. Oh, yeah, well, I would say an interesting one here, but I've already talked about this more than in depth a few times this year, so I won't say much here. The man who maybe had the worst 2025, losing 3 fights in the year. We have the guy who began the year in like the top 10 of his rankings and now is unranked on a 4-fight skid, probably getting cut. Marvin Vettori. Maybe the worst fighter 2025 in terms of, again, he lost 3 times in the span of a couple months and looked terrible in all of those fights. Like I said after the Fiera fight a few weeks ago, he's mentally checked out, it seems. And if he's that mentally checked out, just cut him. Like, I don't see a reason to give him another fight. Like, yeah, he's lost to Cannonier now in good competition there. The other 2 suck, but whatever. If he's that fucking mentally checked out, just cut him. Like, clearly he's completely mentally checked out. But if they're gonna give him another fight, fine. If you think he deserves one more fight, I don't agree. Because how awful he's looking. I don't even think he's won a round in his last, well, maybe from Delonte, but at least in the last 2 fights, I don't think no, he did 1 round 3 against Shada. So he's won, what, 1 round in his last 2 fights? And that's because the only reason he didn't probably win the fight is because he's been checked out. Like, if he's that mentally checked out, then cut him. If you want to give him 1 more fight, fine. I still don't agree with it, but whatever. he's just gonna lose again. Because he's beyond mentally checked out of the sport. So, but UFC doesn't want to cut him yet. Fine, whatever. If they cut him, cool. If they give him another fight, I think it's stupid, but sure, not really sure what else to say. Maybe the worst year of a fighter we've talked about so far. 3 L's in a row is crazy in a year, and to not get cut from that in general is impressive. So we'll see. Maybe did we already see the last of Vittori, or will he get one more fight? Let's see. I'm definitely on the first team would keep cutting him, but see what UFC does with the clearly mentally checked out Vittori. What the fuck did Cannonier do to this guy? Jesus Christ. Next, after that, Speak of the Devil, Speak of the Man, Bo Nickel turned into a highlight. We have the one-dimensional grappler himself, Rodolfo Vieira. Not much to say here. Not good. We've known that he's a terrible fighter. He did exactly what he was meant to do against Bo Nickel, making him look good, and even did a better job than we thought. Can beat tomato cans, can't really beat anyone good. He's a one-dimensional grappler. He has no striking, unless he's fighting Trayshawn Gore. No cardio. Pretty terrible. 36 years old. Not much to say. He sucks. One-dimensional as fuck. Him, Malkoun, and Petrosky are literally the same fighter. And, yeah, not much to say. He'll bounce back, probably against Tomato Can, or eventually they'll just beat him out the UFC, hopefully. So, he's fucking terrible. And, yeah, next. After that, oh god, fucking damn it. Speaking of terrible, let's talk about another terrible fighter who is somehow 1-1, even though he should be 0-2 in the UFC. We have the very bad Jordan Santos. Well, one time everyone agreed that he shouldn't have got signed off Contender Series. Those sentiments have been proven. Lost to Ozzy Diaz, and then beat Danny Barlow in a debatable robbery. Yeah, he's terrible. I don't see him doing fuck all in the UFC. I easily see him being a 1-4 or 2-5 guy getting cut. He sucks. Not much to say. Bottom of the barrel would be a nice way to describe them. You lost to Ozzy Diaz, and not enough said. Next. This is the last page. I believe it is. Oh, goddamn hallelujah. I don't even talk about shitty fighters for so long. And there's a few more here. Joy. And next we have let's be honest, this guy's a light heavyweight, pretending to be a middleweight. He's very tall and very shitty teammate of Alex Pereira, and the only reason he's here. We have Yusuri Belgori. Yeah, that's just a complete fucking weight bully. That's the only reason he beat Pokoyev, to be honest. And the only reason he's here is because he's friends with Pereira. Yeah, he sucks. Lost to Tulio in Contender Series. Took a few L's even before then. What am I really meant to say? He's just really tall. He has no talent. He really should be a light heavyweight. I don't have much respect for him because he is just a complete weight bully and only here because he's friends with Piera. And, yeah, he sucks. Pretty simple. Don't have much respect for him because, again, he is just a light heavyweight fighting at fucking middleweight. And he's not good anyway, so double whammy. Not much else to say. Next. This is the easiest video I've ever made. I just get to call everyone garbage for 2 hours. I love it. Speak of another one I get to call fucking terrible. Another guy who I don't think's good at all. Shouldn't have even been signed in my opinion, but whatever. Actually, this guy has a nickname that would make him sound tall, but he's 3 inches shorter than Yusuri. We have a guy who's only here because he's part of CKB in front of guys like Izzy. because he's not fucking good. Cam Rouston. Why is he here? I don't fucking know. He lost to Finney a few years ago. Beat some rando. I looked mid at best in that fight. Probably didn't deserve to get signed, but you know, he's friends with Izzy. Don't want to upset him. You know, gave him a fucking shot. Beat Petrosky in a meaningless fight. Gonna beat Brundage in a few weeks, and then the second he fights anyone good, he's gonna get beat because he's not good. And yeah, not really much else to say there. Dude's only here because he's friends with CK. Well, he's part of CKB, and he actually might be the worst member on the roster, and that actually says a lot. Yeah, he's terrible. Gonna beat fucking Brundage, but what the fuck does that really mean? And, yeah, he sucks. Next. Keep riding Izzy and Volk's coattails, buddy. Got you this far, maybe. Actually, maybe you should keep doing it, who knows. Next. Okay, a natural guy who I have a little bit of respect for, even though that last fight was fucking pathetic. A record holder in the middleweight division, or I think tied with Bisping at the moment for like the most wins or whatever. We have the veteran, again, very easy to get mistaken with Eric Anders, but it's the Hawaiian version, Brad Tavares. Yeah, he's been on the roster forever, for 15 years. I think has tied Bisping for the most middleweight wins and whatever. He's never been that good. What was the highest he's ever been ranked? 8th? Yeah, he's fine. Again, I get him mixed up with Eric Anders pretty easily because they're both been the same career, or just perfectly mid forever. Yeah, he's a veteran. Didn't fight Eric Anders. See how many fights he has left. That Brychek performance was fucking pathetic. Won't be shocked if he's on his last legs, like 2 or 3 fights at most, and like that might be a reach. Yeah, I can't really think of any member. Just like Eric Anders, you're never gonna remember Brad Tavares' fight, because I can't. Like, what I know, he lost to Izzy in the main event. Outside of that, I can't think of like obviously Brychek who just happened. But outside of that, like, what the fuck else has he done? He gave Drake one of his hardest fights. Oh yeah, Edmund knocked him out. So, cool. Yeah, longevity, I'll give him respect for that. Ever being that good, debatable. And, yeah, not really sure what else to say, so... He lost to Robert Brychek. I expect better. Not much else to add. Still here. Probably last year on the roster, I would imagine. How much else to say? Next. I think I know the next name, and it's not one I'm thrilled to talk about again, because I've not been the most positive about this guy, but I don't think many people have been, because I think the writing's on the wall with him. We have a guy who's only here because he's Hamzat's friend. God, middleweight really has a lot of nepo babies. We have the soon-to-be frauded. I think he's even more clear. Again, I think it's even more clear he's gonna be frauded than Mansoor. We have Bysanger, Susur, Kayev. Yeah, I think this guy getting fraud checked is even more obvious than Mansoor getting it. He's not good. He looked good on Contender Series, but how shit was that opponent? And then you look at his first 2 UFC fights. Eric Nolan gave him a fight. Who? Eric McConaughey gave him a hell of a fight, and he went 3 rounds with him. Yeah, the writing's on the wall for this guy. He's not good. Like, is he even better than Charbullet? Like, I truly don't even know if he's about the same as Charbullet. He looked terrible against Cans. So, he just Hamzat's friend, pretty much. I've not, like... What am I meant to say? I think this guy getting fraud checks almost more certain than Mansoor getting fraud checks. I think Mansoor's better at times, so... I think Mansoor's better. So... I think Zuzakaev's pretty bad. I think it's a matter of time until he gets fraud checked, and sometime next year, if they give him a decent enough opponent, and not just tomato cans his whole fucking run. And, Yeah, I'm not high on him at all. Don't think he's that good. And I think the fraud check is coming sooner than later. If you're looking that terrible against cans named Eric, I think that was gonna go sooner than we think. You ain't Hamza, buddy. Just keep carrying his bags. Next, wow, speak of the devil, the man that he beat in his debut. Speaking of the best Nolan in the UFC. God, I still think he probably is better than fucking Tom Nolan. We have Susur, the guy who showed up and did pretty decent against Susurkayev. Eric Nolan. Not much to say here. We really didn't get to see much in the debut outside of him. Ran like one good shot. See how he looks in the second outing on a full camp, which he already has booked against some random fucking dude who I'm not going to talk about because he's just some random tomato can they signed. So, you know, great. He is going to stay at middleweight. I thought he said he was going back to welterweight, but guess not. Should get an easy win there against some random dude named Enrique Sosa. And, yeah, still don't think he's that good. I think Susakayev is just terrible, but, you know, still better than Tom Nolan. So, not very much else to say there. Should win his next fight, which is good for him. Still don't think he's long for the UFC. And, there you go. Pretty simple. Next. Almost done. And okay, we actually get a pretty decent prospect here with our next one. A guy who could actually make some waves in 2026. You know, I don't think he's the greatest, but he's not bad. We have the very decent Dante Johnson, the heavyweight turned middleweight. Like, that makes sense. 1-0, looked good against Dumas. What we should have been allowed to fight the week later when he tried to step in against fucking Jackson McVeigh. He should have been allowed, but whatever. Gonna beat up Dushko pretty easily in a few months. Pretty young, still pretty green, but I think the dude could be decent. Fuck, I'll say right now he's better than Susarkayev. And, yeah, see how far this kid can go. Not really seen a whole lot yet. Beat up a Canon Contender Series. Actually, the Dumas fight was pretty alright for him. He was able to show he can go deep into a fight a little bit. Decent ground game. So that was good. Probably the best thing for him that he didn't just crush Dumas in seconds. And, yeah, see how far this kid can go. He's gonna easily beat Dushko. And, yeah, I was just saying, for how many lackluster prospects we've talked about, he is better than most of them. He's better than Susakayev, he's better than fucking CLD. Dude's decent, see how far he can go. Not very much else to say. God, like, in not trying to Sean Johnson, but when he's one of the brighter prospects, since everyone else looks like a fucking fraud, I should say a lot. Not very much else to say. The rare, actual, decent prospect. You'll love to see it. Next, the guy I guess you can call a prospect, even though, God, that debut was bad. Yeah, I'm finally getting to the brother of Macau. I don't know why he wasn't with Macau earlier, but whatever. We have the little brother, even though he's much bigger in the build. Macau, Cesare Oleshechuk. Yeah, like I said about his debut a few weeks ago, very disappointed in that debut. I think that was a pretty pitiful performance against Almeida, but whatever. Apparently he was sick or something. It's complete fucking excuses, but whatever. Look better. Don't do that shit again. Don't do that boring shit again. And, yeah, I'll have no issue if you get back to knocking people out, not cuddling them to death. And, yeah, I won't really say anything bad. So, disappointing debut. But I think he'll get back to his, the Olechechuk entertaining ways. And, yeah, not very much else to say. Just don't do that boring shit again. I have no real issues with you, so, simple. I still think Macau's better, but maybe that can change. And then finally, the last one, and God, this poor guy got summoned to get murdered on short notice. The last guy, not counting Contender Series guys, who are yet to debut. Topology's freaking the fuck out. I've called everyone trash, I don't know what to do. We have the final guy, the poor guy who got summoned to get murdered by Gutierrez, Tristan Vines. You know, respect for him for showing up against Gutierrez in terms of showing up to get his ass kicked, because he did not show up to fight him. Kind of just ran away from him for a few minutes. But yeah, he didn't see anything in that Gutierrez fight. Doubt he does much. Probably has one or two more fights and gets cut. Unless maybe he has hidden talent we didn't see. More than likely he's gonna just lose one or two more times and get cut. And I'll probably be that. So pretty simple. Not much to say. Again, man, he got to the UFC at what cost of having to fight Gutierrez? So I guess could have been worse. Could have not got to the UFC, but yeah, didn't see anything in his debut. Maybe it'll look better. Maybe the guy who just needed a full camp and a better opponent. We'll see. But yeah, I'd be more than shocked if this guy's more than a 2-fight wonder and he's gone quicker than we even saw him fight. So there you go. Not much else to say there. About a poor guy who literally got called in just to die against Gutierrez. So yeah, I almost feel bad a bit, but you know, name of the game. Pretty simple. There you go. And there you go. And in general, there you go. We'll talk about. We'll look at these Contender Series guys in 1 second. Wow, only 2 hours. Fuck, I'm shocked. God, this division's bad. Let me make sure I didn't skip over anyone. Let me refresh topology real quick. Much better. Let's make sure I didn't skip over anyone. Barlow got cut, which how crazy is start the year undefeated and then get cut. Muniz got cut, long overdue. Hermanson, we talked about welterweight, which is an insane statement. I think that's everyone. Curtis is a welterweight now. Usman, I still think should have stayed at middleweight, but whatever. And yeah, so didn't skip over anyone to talk about a few Contender Series guys who are coming in. Not the greatest batch, but you know, yeah. Beginning with Paulo Costa's teammate, I believe, Ryan Gondra. He's looked fine on Contender Series. Gonna beat up Medina in his debut in a month or so. He's fine. Didn't think anything great or terrible with him. See how he does. Again, gonna beat Medina pretty easily, so can't complain there. Then we got Montes Kondratavicius. Botched that completely. This dude looked okay. Good knockout. Debatable how good his opponent was, and debatable how good he is. Not the highest on him. Don't really see him doing a whole lot, even if he's a little bit better than I expect. So yeah, I still see him being like maybe like a 3-2 guy. Nothing too special. Not the worst, but far from the best. Probably the third best. Funny enough, I'll tell you the third best here, though. So what does that tell you? And there you go. I'll talk about Pinos and Schultz in a second, and then maybe the worst signing of the season, Luis Diaz. Whatever, I forget what his name actually was, but that guy, yeah, one of the worst signings of the season, because he didn't deserve to get fucking signed. He had a pretty piss poor performance. Let me make sure it's the right guy I'm thinking of. Nah, who the fuck is this? They didn't sign that guy. Who? No, what the fuck is this name in that topology? Or this Luis Diaz? Assis, yeah, this clown. Yeah, probably the worst signing of the season. Daniel will go on show. Gonna give mashed in UFC when he fights. Not much to say. In my pick, one of the worst signings of the season. I would say the second worst, number one. We haven't talked about the worst one yet. Give it a few more days. So there you go. And then last we got the guys who are fighting in their debuts on the Mexico card. Damian Pinos versus Wes Schultz. Yeah, that's I already knew they were gonna do this for Wes Schultz the second they signed him. They were just gonna use him to build up other guys, and that's what they're doing. Damian Pinos, very good prospect. Wes Schultz, not a good prospect. Yeah, and he's not Brazilian either, but yeah, they're just using Schultz to build up Pinos in his debut pretty easily. Schultz is just going to be cannon fodder at best. Pinos, I would say, is the best out of the 5 here. So, take that as you will. Schultz did have a cool submission on the show. Not saying he didn't deserve a contract, but talent-wise, he's not UFC level at all. And for Pinos, sad to see him beat up Schultz in the debut. And again, out of these 5, I think he's the best. So let's see what happens. So, not very much else to say. One really interesting prospect. One question mark in 3. Not a great sign for a division that need all the help it can get, but what can you really do? So there you go. And they're done. Finally, fuck. Fuck this weight class. It's so bad. To get the fucking normal bullshit out the way. Who are my favorite fighters going into the year in the weight class? I like Fluffy. I like Brian Allen. RoboCop. MVP might be my favorite. Who doesn't like MVP? Who else is there? I don't like many people in this weight class, and most of them fucking suck. Adiba Gutierrez is impossible not to like. GM3 is the GOAT, but I don't think he's gonna be on the roster too much longer. Yeah, that would be about that. So, let's see, what fighters do well, I guess I'll say my hate watch. There's a few I could say. Medina. But yeah, it's always going to be Dumas at middleweight. Fadrikas will always be the hate watch. So, anytime he fights, I always get to see him lose. So, fuck him. Next, who do I think is going to be cut for sure by the end of the year? Trocoli, Medina, Vines, Klein, McVeigh, Valentine. Maybe Makoniko survives. Kiziev, because he doesn't fight. Ozzy will probably survive. Loader, Dumas, GM3, Gore, Tavares I don't think will make it. I think he'll retire eventually. Petrosky, I want to say Brundage, but I feel wishful thinking. Eric Anders is another guy who could retire. Michelle Pereira. Stoltzfus might get cut eventually. Vittori. So, yeah, just some names for you. A good amount, so we're really clearing out the garbage here. Who are the prospects I would say are worth keeping an eye on? There's only like 3. Gutierrez is the only real one keeping an eye on, and you got Dante Johnson, who's decent, interesting name to keep an eye on because he's at least something. And then, is there even another one? Like, Malik and Susakaev are frauds. Charbot already sucks, we know that. I don't think like maybe the Lachecheks. I guess if I had to pick some other ones, I guess them. Like COD's garbage, we know that. Yeah, I guess the Lachecheks, Gutierrez, and Johnson, because I'm not saying shit else. Like, there you go. Very limited weight class in terms of fucking whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Our talk about Susakaev and fucking Mansour getting fraud checked, and then I guess second to last, what fights am I most excited for going into the year, booked or not booked? DDP and Allen would be pretty neat. Hamza and Fluffy would be amazing. Fluffy and Strickland's really intriguing. Let's see. Any RoboCop's always must-see TV. MVP is always awesome. Gutierrez, obviously. Gutierrez doing another murder. Chechek knocking out Barry would be neat. Dante Johnson killing Dushko would be cool. Yeah, not really much else. Dude, this is such a tough weight class to get excited for, I swear to God. So, very little to be excited for. And unless I'm forgetting something, I think the only thing left to ask is the obvious. Will Hamzat still be champion by the end of the year? Will we get a new champion by year's end? Probably not, because Hamzat won't fight enough to even risk losing, unless he fights Hernandez in his one fight of the year. And if he does, then he has a high chance of losing. Outside of that, if he fights Imavov or Strickland or Allen, yeah, he's gonna hold that belt as long as he fucking feels like it, so... yeah, not really much else to say there. Yeah, it's a bad weight class. Going from welterweight and lightweight to this crap where, let's be honest, I called, 45 fighters garbage, because they are. Like, dude, what middleweight breaks down to mainly cans, a few mid guys, the, 4 prospects or decent fighters, and then the ranked guys. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why is this division so terrible? And unlike heavyweight, which is shallow, this weight class just has a bunch of garbage. It's like, why the fuck is there no talent here outside 4 guys? I don't fucking get it, but that's 185 for you, and yeah, a weight class that really has not been good in a while. Don't see it really changing. There's a few good fighters, but we're not allowed good things, so who knows how far they'll actually go. And until we are out with the old, like Strickland, Izzy, Whitaker, etc., we're out with the cans, fucking all those bums. And you could literally cut 20 guys off from the middleweight roster and it would make no fucking difference. So that's how fucking crazy it is. And there you go. Not really too much else to say. Happy to be under 2.5 hours. Light heavyweight might be even fucking shorter. And there you go. Middleweight done. I got to call 40 fighters garbage. I'm very happy about that. And gonna do a lot of the same tomorrow at light heavyweight, so can't wait. So not very much else to say. Middleweight's terrible. Even if you just want to say the worst weight class we've done up to this point was flyweight, it's still way better than middleweight. And yeah, not a weight class I'm very excited for in a year. Where the champion of it ain't gonna fight till October. Everyone else is inactive or not that good. Most of the there's one really great prospect, none canned or frauds. Oh boy. And yeah, not very much else to say. I'm tired of fucking thinking about middleweight. I'm done. Tomorrow, light heavyweight. Not much better. But let's just get done with this and fucking get to that. So, not very much else to say besides, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs goal by the end of 2026. And unless I'm ready to say something, which I don't believe I am, middleweight's fucking terrible. And part of me is actually happy to be done with the good weight classes, because I would still be going for another hour if we were in a good weight class. So, pros and cons. Middleweight sucks. Light heavyweight's gonna be just as bad. Actually, maybe a bit better because it's a smaller weight class, and we'll do that tomorrow. Hope you're all enjoying these. I'm enjoying doing them outside of this one, which was dreadful to just talk about garbage for an hour and a half, but it is what it is, and there you go. Not much else to say. Besides, as always, RX out. Good vibes only. And